Yo, what is going on YouTube? We are back with another banger video, and today we have an interesting one. We got Bart Simpson in the background as always, and then we got the .gov websites, we got the National Library of Medicine, we got some other reputable sources pulled up, and today we are talking about the big talk in the town. So honestly, as y'all know, Thc-A has been a very big deal, especially in the past recent 6 months, a year, however long it's been. And as you know, bro, Thc-A has a lot of ups and downs, and so today we are really going to get my overall view on Thc-A. This is not going to be my normal kind of video, not going to be like a challenge, a review, nothing like that. It's really just going to be my overall point of view, and just, you know, from what I've learned over time and what I think over time, Thc-A is like, you know, what's good about it, what's bad about it, pros, cons, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna get all into that into this video, but of course, as always, we are gonna get one little rip in, and then we're gonna get straight into the meat and potatoes of this video. Sorry if I'm stuttering a little bit. I am a little bit faded. I did take one right before this just so I could get into the video state. But anyway, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you for all the support. Drop a like, check out my Instagram, my TikTok right here. Been going crazy on those, or been trying to at least. I will be dropping more short content. As I said, drop a like, drop a sub, comment, subscription, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's waste no further ado. Let's get straight into this overall view of Thc. For this rip, I will be turning around, or I'm not gonna be showing the whole bong, just because this is a very informational video, and I feel like a lot of people need to know this information. So I do not want this to get age restricted. If I have one video that would go viral, I would want it to be this one, because this is probably one of my most informational videos I'm ever gonna be releasing. And yeah, I'm honestly a very big, I wouldn't say an advocate for Thc-A, but I am like a very interested person. Whenever I find something I'm interested in, I go full focus on it and I log in, bro. So I don't know, whenever it comes to THC, the plant, the whole plant in general, I'm just very interested in it, regardless of what form, derivative, all that kind of stuff. Regardless of it, I'm very interested in it. And so yeah, I would like to share my personal opinion and also the facts that I've found out over the years and just over time smoking. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this rip. We're just gonna show the top right there, but yeah, let's go. Ooh. Oh. Whew. Now that was a good rip. Let's get straight into the video. Wait for this ad to skip. Wait for this ad to skip. So now that we got that rip in, let's go ahead and get straight into this topic, or this review, whatever you want to call it. But basically, we're going to start off with, why is Thc-A even a thing? And I know you may be asking yourself, like, bro, the plant has been around for so long, like Thc-A has never even been like a part of the topic, like why all of a sudden is it now? And I'm gonna be straight up, bro, it's still illegal in damn near half the states in the US. So with that being, and it is still federally legal, it is still a Schedule 1 substance. So with that being, like, there's still over half the country, or maybe a little less at this point, but they cannot have access to recreational marijuana or recreational cannabis like almost half the other country, or half the other country can. And so I think the main purpose for it is really just to have more accessibility and just like have more people smoke, bro. Because if you think about it, a lot of people smoke. Even here in like just here in the US, like honestly, a lot of people smoke, bro. I'm pretty sure they did a survey. Over like 60% of people had said they smoke on a regular basis, or at least have smoked once within the past year or something like that. And so, bro, like, a lot of people smoke, so it should be federally legal. That's a whole different topic. We're not going to really get into why it should be or why it shouldn't be. I'm just really trying to base the facts. But the second reason why Thc-A is even a thing is cheaper prices. Now, obviously, there's cheap and there's expensive to everything, bro. I could go buy a shirt from Walmart, or I could go buy a shirt from Nike, and it's going to be like a $40 price difference. And now the quality may be pretty similar. That could also, you know, be opinion based, but cheaper prices is another big cause, because like I said, in recreational states there are huge tax. And this is going to lead us into our next topic, actually, which is the last and final reason for why Thc-A is even a thing is really just more profit. Even people in recreational states still probably would rather do Thc-A, just because if you think of it in the matter of tax, right? If you go to California being one of the highest tax places for cannabis, if you go there to buy, like, let's say $100 eighth, there is a 30% tax, bro. Like I think it's like 33, something like that, somewhere around the 30% tax, meaning that when you walk into the store, you see $100 eighth, you're gonna walk out paying almost 150 bucks, bro. You're gonna pay like 130, 135, however much however much their taxes is. You know, there's always, it can kind of vary, but it's normally around 30%. Obviously it can go lower in some states, like for just states that I guess don't make as much money as California. That's how it would make sense to me, at least. They could lower their taxes a little bit because, you know, they have higher profit margins. But honestly, yeah, it's honestly just kind of fucked up. The whole tax thing is, it's beyond me. Like I said, we're not gonna really get into those kind of topics, why it shouldn't be, stuff like that, but just giving you the facts here. And so with the price, that's gonna lead us straight into our next topic. So now that you know why it's even a thing, let's go ahead and talk about why it is a problem. So honestly, for a lot of people who smoke, I don't really think anybody who smokes sees it as a problem, but obviously this is a very big problem to the US government. And the reason this is a problem to the US government is because, for the same reason that I said last time, you can go to California and pay a 30% tax, but bro, on THCA, it's just like selling any other tobacco, alcohol. It's like selling any other item in the world, basically. Like, there's just going to be a federal tax, a state tax if there is one, and that's it, bro. They can't put a federal tax on something that's not federally illegal. At least that's how I see it. I'm not sure if that's like verbatim like the law, but all I know is that tax on THCA is always going to be lower because it's not a controlled substance, basically. And when it is a controlled substance, you can kind of put whatever tax on it, right? So basically, yeah, the government just wants it out of here. That's why there is going to be a rewrite for the bill. I believe it's actually September, so next month, or maybe October the following month. But there is going to be a rewrite, and with the rewrite, I'm sure THCA is now going to be part of the controlled substance list, because, bro, that's going to lead us right into our next topic. What are the differences? Like, how can THCA be so much different than THC? It's not, bro. I'm going to be straight up. It's really not. If you were to take the same plant, basically all THC is, let me explain it the simplest way I can. If you were to take a plant that grows normally, go to like Cookies Farm, go to Super Dope, any of those farms, and you're like, hey, bro, listen, I'm trying to make some THCA Super Dope, some THCA cookies, trying to make some gas, some Blueprint, whatever it is, right? So you go to that company and you be like, okay, listen, I'm gonna send it off to a THCA testing facility. All I need you to do is chop that plant 2 weeks early before the weed cures, because, let me just finish this. Actually, before the weed cures, and then basically they'll put it in a freezer, send it off for testing, and when they test it, since it isn't cured yet, the THC, the actual THC percentage will be less than 0.3, right? And so with that, it is considered hemp, and with that, you can now ship it literally anywhere. And with the way weed works, or at least the way testing works, is like, you pretty much send in a small batch for testing, and that's the only batch that gets tested. It's not like they test every single nug of every single plant. That would be a very extenuous process, and they would lose a lot of money. So that's damn near impossible to do. So then after all the testing, they would then just package it up just like normal, just like anything, bro. They put it in a box and they can ship it straight to your house, anywhere, all 50 states, Texas, anywhere, any place that's illegal, or any place that's illegal or legal can both get them shipped. Sorry if I'm stuttering, bro. I'm like, there's a lot of facts I'm trying to sort through here. But so as far as like looks, all that kind of stuff, it's all the same, bro. THCA and THC are literally the exact same, besides one molecule in the entire thing, bro. So there's THC, which is obviously tetrahydrocannabinol or whatever. I don't even know how to say it. And then there's Thc-A, which is literally the same words, just with one extra thing. And so that A, basically all that A is it's a molecule called, I have the name right here, it's called carboxylic acid, or COOH, and I'll put a picture up right here because I remember specifically reading some research about this. But basically, that specific chemical, COOH, all it really is, it's just like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's found very commonly in a lot of plants and a lot of foods that we eat, a lot of drinks. It's honestly a very common molecule, and I'm not exactly sure the purpose of it because I'm not a scientist. I just know that it is very common, and that's literally the only difference between THCA and THC. And so basically, whenever you say you were to break down some THCA bud and put it into a flower, it's still THCA once you roll it up into a joint or whatever, right? As soon as you spark that joint up, as soon as flame touches it, as soon as it gets up to 228 degrees Fahrenheit, what will happen is something called decarboxylation, right? And so what decarboxylation is basically the process of breaking down THC, or breaking down THCA, because THCA does not actually exist naturally. Now, like I said, the heat once it gets up to 228, like it will start converting into THC. So with that, like while you're curing the plant, if it's sitting outside, something like that, there can be a lot of factors that will bring out the THC besides lighting the plant. But that's literally the only reason why something would test higher than 0.30 THC, because it's almost impossible to get THC without lighting it on fire, because it doesn't exist naturally. Thc-A is literally the precursor to THC. So like I said, you put it in a joint, light it up, the second it gets to 228 degrees, it's converted into THC, and I believe the conversion rate is about 80 something percent, meaning like, say you had 10 like physical grams of Thc-A that you could just like ingest and get faded. If you were to ingest only 10 of them, only 8 of them you're actually going to feel the effects with, basically is what that means. I'm not sure the exact conversion rate. I believe it is around 80% though. So with that being said, that's literally the only difference, bro. There is no reason not to buy Thc-A. Obviously with everything, like I said, there is a con and there's a pro with Thc-A. The main worry for people is just false advertising, false promises, and it just comes down to finding the right thing, bro. Just like with regular recreational cannabis, you can go to a store and find boof, just like you can find Thc-A boof, bro. But just like you can find fire THC, you can find fire Thc-A, because it is literally the same thing, bro. Genuinely, it is literally the same thing. Like, I don't know how to stress this more. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, Thc-A is the same as THC, bro. As soon as you light it on fire, it's the same fucking thing. So just before we get out of here, I just want to list some pros and cons just to end it off. So obviously the pros, like I said before, are cheaper prices, accessibility, you can get it in any legal state. And also I would just say smokability as well, because not only does it allow more people to smoke, but it also, I feel like, kind of makes it less of a big deal, because whenever you're carrying it around, you're not carrying a felon in your pocket, bro. In Texas, if you have one cart, it's a felony. It's an instant felony. You could have a Thc-A cart and it's not. But that's my next topic. So another thing about Thc-A is there's a lot of Thc-A carts that I'm seeing, which I don't really understand how that's even possible. Because you do have to heat up the cart to put it in there. But let's say you could even heat it up under 220 degrees to where it doesn't convert and it's still Thc-A in the cartridge. Bro, as soon as you hit that cartridge once, the whole oil heats up. It's not like it just takes a little bit of that oil, sucks it through, and then heats only that little bit that you want to hit. It heats up the whole cartridge, bro. So whenever you do hit a Thc-A cart, I'm not sure if this is facts, but from what my head can think, and what I would hate for people to get in trouble for, bro, even though it may be a Thc-A cart, there's still THC in there. And like I said, when you hit it once, that conversion rate happens immediately, bro. And it doesn't just happen to that one little piece of oil, it happens to the whole thing. So just be careful with Thc-A carts, because they could still be very illegal. Because like I said, from my personal understanding of how all of this works, if they were to bust it open after you hit it at least once, it's still going to test its THC, because it has already been heated up and it's already been past the precursor, which is THC, you know. So yeah, honestly, as far as cons go, that's pretty much it. I would just say there are a lot of fake products, just like there is with anything else. False promises and false advertising. So yeah, that's really it. Just be careful what you buy, whether it's recreational, whether it's Thc-A, anything. And like I said, this is no like, I'm not trying to give a verbatim like what you should do, what you shouldn't do. This is just my own opinion, my own facts that I've learned over the time. And yeah, take them with a grain of salt, take them how you will. And yeah, it is obviously up to you whether you want to smoke THC or Thc-A. My personal opinion, bro, they're the same thing. Find whatever pleases you, find whatever fits your wallet. And because yeah, bro, that's what it all comes down to. It's all about personal preference. So now that y'all got my full review, of course we're gonna get one more rip, just as we always do, just to end it off, you know, end it on a good note. Obviously, there are cons and there are pros to everything. There's never good without bad, bro. So honestly, just like with good weed, you couldn't have a bad price. Just like with bad weed, you couldn't have a good price. So it's like everything goes hand in hand. Everything is there for a reason, or most things are there for a reason, at least. Like, you know, everything is set in stone, basically. Like it's almost meant to be that way if you think about it. But anyways, drop in the comments down below what y'all think about Thc-A. Let me know if y'all agree, disagree with what I said. Honestly, I'm not really trying to put my own opinion out there. besides like my personal preference if I like it or not. But as far as like the facts go, I'm not really trying to put opinions. I'm just trying to state some facts that I've learned over the years. And yeah, obviously we could be completely wrong about this, bro. People have studied things and been completely wrong, so you never know, bro. In 10 years people could be dying from this shit. But honestly, from the research that I've done, like, there's just not much of a difference, and there's no reason why you wouldn't want it. But anyways, we are later in the video, so we will show the bong, just because, you know, I'm a little risky. But we're gonna pray and hope that I don't get age restricted. But yeah, cheers, y'all. Thc-A, baby. CGI, gun smoke, YouTube. This is all tobacco. Please don't age restrict me. I'm following the TOS. This is all tobacco, CGI, editing effects.